Yo, what's up, guys? If you clicked on this video, you are doing a great thing. I have so much info for you. If you clicked on this video, you're probably trying to erase some insecurity you have about your appearance. You're probably low confidence. And I'm going to break everything down for you on how to completely erase that and get rid of that. So take notes, get your pencil out, get your paper, um, take notes on, your desktop, your laptop, whatever. You're going to want to hear all this that I got for you. So this is how I overcame my insecurity by packing on 20 pounds of mass in 90 days. Yeah, you heard that right. 20 pounds of mass in 90 days using the Schmacky formula, which is my formula that I made that got me from the left image, no confidence, no girls, no muscle definition, no energy, pale, to me on the right, jacked, getting girls, confidence, um, feeling good about life. So yeah, I'm going to break all of that down for you on how I did that. So with the rise of the internet, it's very easy to be swayed by people online selling you misinformation. And so I understand, if you don't believe me. To be honest, I wouldn't either. I'm just this random guy trying to give you advice. But I want you to just listen to me real quick because look at this picture here on the right. I'm 17 here. I look like you can see that I look like a little boy. Like I look like a child. Look at my posture, I'm so frail and just no confidence. Like you can just tell I have no testosterone. Like what girl is gonna want to talk to that guy right there? Like guys, fellas, like no girl is gonna want to talk to that. So, I've been there, and it took me years to finally crack the code and get out of this. Man, it took me years to go from this on the right, no girls, no confidence, to high confidence, good appearance, high energy for life. Um, and the craziest part, is that I didn't have good genetics. You can look on the right here. I don't have the genetics. I'm skinny, I'm frail, I'm pale. Um, my posture's bad, chopped. Like I just look super chopped. And you can tell, having this body right here will make any guy insecure. Like I was so insecure at this point in my life because I just had no energy. I had no muscle. I had no, I just didn't have anything. I had no girls. I couldn't get any girls because I didn't have confidence. As soon as I started doing what I do now, I had started getting a lot more confidence. But yeah, at that point in my life, I was so insecure. It took me years to finally crack the code and get out of that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that and what I did. So this is for people who are trying to erase that insecurity that I just talked about by getting jacked and getting in the best shape of their life. This program is for you, man. This one is for you. If you're sick of not being confident in your appearance, that is making your life worse, this is also for you because, like I said, I was not confident. And that definitely reduced my quality of life because I was 16, 17. I had never had a girlfriend. And anytime I'd have to take my shirt off, I was insecure. I didn't want to take my shirt off. I would wear swim shirts, when I was swimming because I was that insecure. I was that skinny. I really thought people would dislike me because of how I looked. Sorry about that. If your self esteem is so low that it's affecting you mentally and physically, this is for you. Like I just mentioned above, you could be depressed, you could be anxious, you could be low energy, not having girls, you don't have the confidence to step into any room, you don't fill out your shirt how you want to. This is for you. If you're done being the average low confidence guy and you just want to unlock some confidence that you didn't know you could honestly bring out, like when I tell you the confidence that you'll be able to gain from this, it's insane. It's absolutely crazy. Just from my personal experience, I can just tell you that my confidence easily doubled within 90 days. And honestly, for you, it could be easier considering or less time because I had bad genetics. I really did have bad genetics, and it took me years to finally get where I wanted to go and know the information that I'm about to spill here. So, this is not for you. If you are not willing to commit to a consistent lifestyle, and would prefer to live your average life, your normal life with no changes, this isn't going to be for you, because in order to see changes, you have to put in the time and you have to put in the effort and the work, or this will not work for you. Like I mentioned here, if you're looking to get quick fixes to achieve your dream body, this is not going to be for you. You can look up all the quick fix guides on the internet. If that's your mojo, this video is not going to be for you, because there's no such thing as a quick fix. You have to put in the time and have the correct information if you want to get results. If you wanted a quick fix, testosterone's not going to do it. Testosterone, SARMs, drugs that you put into your body like that are not going to do it if you don't have the right information, you're not doing the right stuff or eating the right stuff. That stuff's not going to work for you. If you're not willing to commit to a routine that will take your life to the next level as a man, this is definitely not for you. You got to man up, start having discipline, start building the habits that you need to do every day. If you can't even do that, this program's definitely not for you. You will not survive. Wouldn't recommend. Just leave the video, man, if you're not willing to commit to a routine and stick to that in order to see results. That's the bare minimum, man. If you're fine with being an underachiever with the work ethic of your grandma, this is not for you, guys. If your grandma has a higher work ethic than you do, you're cooked. And this program is not for the weak. You will not survive if you have the work ethic of your grandma, so just skip away if that's you. Here is the truth that nobody's talking about. The average guy can achieve a top 1% physique. Yes, I said that. The average guy can achieve a top 1% physique 9 times out of 10, and that's you. That's what I want to explain to you. However, the thing holding you back from that, there are so many things destroying your ability to achieve this body every day, and you don't even realize it. Like, there are so many things you're doing or not doing every single day that are normalized in society that are just killing your ability to get jacked and shredded, and you don't even realize it. So I want to break down for you exactly what that is, so you know and you stop doing it, so you can see results like I have. So you want to be eating the right nutrient-dense whole foods. The key word, the right nutrient-dense whole foods, because there are some out there that you don't want to eat, guys, like chicken and rice. A lot of people say that's good. You don't want to eat that, and I can explain why. You want to be eating things like beef and eggs, but we can get into the meat and potatoes, later on. So make sure you stick around. One thing I see people doing is listening to the mainstream advice on how to be healthy. That is so common in people. They listen to their doctor. They listen to the news. They listen to their health classes in class. Guys, they say raw milk is bad. They say don't eat fats. They say so many other things. They say red meat's bad. So an animal-based diet, they would say, is bad. It's completely horseshit, guys. Completely. So you need to change who you're getting your information from. Get it from this guy. Trust me. If you want to erase your insecurity, you've got to listen. And you have to not listen to the mainstream advice on how to be healthy. That's a big one. And that could even be your family telling you what stuff to eat. Or your mom might cook a meal that is completely full of bad, harmful chemicals and things like that. Just make sure, I don't care who it is, if it's your family, if it's your doctor, if it's the news, take it with a grain of salt and do your own research and listen to people who actually have gotten results, that have studied it, and follow the facts instead of the mainstream advice on how to be healthy. That's a very important step for most people that a lot of people miss. And you want to stay consistent with the tactics that I'm about to share that are guaranteed to get you jacked. So consistency is a big part of this program. Like, I can give you, all the best advice in the world, but if you don't stay consistent in the things that I tell you, you're not going to see results. You're going to stay low test. You're going to keep having that insecurity. Nothing's going to change. You're never going to get girls. You won't be able to fill out that shirt. You won't be able to lose weight if you can't stay consistent. And that's something, that we'll go over with the mindset. With the mindset, very important. Your mind is your best tool. So one thing I'm really going to focus on for you is the mindset that you need to have for this. The staying consistent part. Super important. One thing, that's another thing that took me years to learn. If you're not consistent, you will not see results. I can promise you. You won't. And another keyword there, guaranteed to get you jacked, guys. It's not a question of if you will get jacked. If you stay consistent doing what I'm about to say, you will 100% guaranteed be jacked by the end of this. Like, there's no what if, there's no if. It's a win because these methods are so proven. They worked on me. They're going to work on you. There's plenty of science to support it. I promise you, you're not going to want to miss this. But yeah, like I said, I don't want this to happen to you. I've seen it in my own life with the insecurity, not being able to get girls, just being pale, skinny. If you're fat, any insecurity you have can be completely erased in 90 days. As I'm about to share, I don't want this to happen to you. It's not going to happen to you if you're watching this video. If you're watching this video, you're already doing yourself a favor. But like I said, no such thing as bad genetics or being naturally small. You really just need to optimize how you live your life and what you eat. That's the most important thing. Genetics are a very small piece of the whole pie. And people don't realize this. People will blame their genetics, blame their bad health on their genetics. It's not true, guys. It's just not true. So, stop blaming your genetics. You're not just naturally small. You just need to change a couple things that I'm about to go over, and you will really see good results. If you want that person to be you, I'll show you exactly how to pack on 20 pounds of muscle and shed fat simultaneously. That's a big one, 20 pounds of muscle and shed fat simultaneously. People are like, what? Pack on 20 pounds of mass in 90 days and shed fat simultaneously? How do you do that? How's that possible? I know, right? It is possible. You're going to increase your testosterone to support your muscle growth and brain function. Also, you're just going to feel more like a man. You're going to have more, you're going to want to dominate life. You're going to have more energy. So many good things come with testosterone, and it's needed to pack on mass. And we're going to go over a lot of that. Things that are going to increase your test. It's going to make you smarter, quicker. When you're in conversation with people, you're going to be able to respond quicker. You're going to be able to think quicker. You're not going to have as much brain fog. That's why you want more testosterone. And honestly, a lot of this goes back to testosterone. I'm going to be trying to increase your testosterone in every single way to maximize the fact that you're a man. Okay? Testosterone is really going to be key here. And I'm going to increase that, as much as possible. So, if you want to become, the most jacked and shredded version of yourself, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in 90 days or less, even if you have bad genetics, no matter what your life circumstances you're about to see. So, if you don't know me, here's a brief backstory about how I got here. Growing up, I started at ground zero as a 120-pound kid. Very frail, had no muscle. It was called a stick, a twig. If you name a word for skinny, it's probably used on me. I started becoming very insecure with my skinny frame from the mainstream advice, calories in, calories out, eat your chicken and rice, drink your protein shakes. All of that wasn't working. It was keeping me skinny. Nothing helped. I thought, that was what I should be doing. That's what the media said, eat your chicken and rice, drink your protein shakes. Guys, that could not be farther from the truth. It's so insane that they'll promote that even when it's complete BS. Like Whole Foods, guys. Whole Foods and the right Whole Foods are really going to get you to where you want to be. And I plateaued for years trying to get gains and trying to get big. And for some reason, I just felt like I could never get it. I was always stuck. What was that missing piece? I wasn't sure what that missing piece was. I thought I was doing everything right. The protein shakes, the exercise routine, the diet. I thought I was doing everything right, but I was just missing a couple key things that were completely stopping me. That was until I figured out, after years, the best formula that everyone can use to become jacked, high test, to gain mass and double your confidence. And I'm about to share that. So, as you can see here, on the left, I was the skinniest kid. That's me and my mom. Look how chopped I am. I had no definition. You can't see it really in the video, but I had some acne. My skin wasn't clear. I had no girls. I had no confidence. Honestly, I probably didn't want to take my shirt off in that because I was so insecure. I was wearing a swim shirt whenever I'd go swimming. That's how insecure I was. And then below that, you can see, I think that was like eighth or ninth grade. Just so skinny, just so small. Not good genetics at all. Um, yeah, just not good genetics at all. And you can see me here on the right, man. I just put on so much mass so quickly. And it could have been way quicker if I had just had someone like me explaining everything and how I packed on the mass and how I boosted my test and testosterone and my confidence. Like, I would have been so much happier and better functioning if I had known, what I'm about to share to you guys. So, the Schmacky formula is my formula I built through trial and error after years of in depth trial and error and research into fitness, nutrition, and external forces that are affecting your ability to pack on mass. So, there's a lot of external forces. Um, Touching receipts could be just one, estrogenic things, eating the wrong foods, stuff being normalized in society that's keeping you small, soft, low test, that I could go on and on about for days. But I've decided to break it all down for you right here. So definitely get out your notebook, take some notes, type down the notes, whatever you got to do to lock this in your brain. If you've got a photographic memory, man, lock it in right here. You're going to want to know this and see this. Yeah, as you can see, like, look on the left, man. I've got nothing going for me. On the right, that's me now. Confident, jacked, just ready to attack life and do everything, and have confidence in good girls, which is a lot easier for me now. So, over the course of the next few minutes, I'm going to outline exactly what I did, A to Z. I'm not skipping anything in this of what I did to accomplish these results. So you too can use my method, the Schmacky formula, to pack on 20 pounds of muscle, all while shredding fat and boosting your testosterone to the max at the same time. If that sounds like something you want to know about, keep sticking around because I'm going to break down everything that I did. So I broke it down into 3 steps of, my formula that worked exactly for me. I've got a little pyramid here. The first step of the pyramid is perfecting a foundation. The foundation is the most important part. It's the mindset click, where it clicks for you and you say, I need to start building the correct habits, building the right habits in order to achieve exactly what I want for my results. If you don't have the foundation, the rest of the pyramid cannot stand. You need this foundation. In order to perfect a foundation, you need to create the perfect diet tailored to you, obviously following, a couple specific guidelines and specific training to get your body to a starting point where you're able to pack on mass. Your testosterone starts to go up. You've got the habits that you need to do every day in order to really see gains. And, you're locked in. You need the foundation for the rest to stand. If you lean your ladder against the wrong wall and you get to the top and you realize you leaned your ladder against the wrong thing, you're going to have to go all the way back down and choose a different foundation. You don't want to do that. You want to start with the right foundation and build up from there. So that is so crucial. And the main part for that is just getting the correct information. A lot of people are getting the wrong information from the wrong people. Nutrient-dense whole foods, when to eat, post-workout and pre-workout, the things you should be eating, like I said, the timing, the workouts you're doing, what you do after you eat. Do you walk? Do you help aid your digestion? Do you put cinnamon on your fruit to help lower the blood sugar spike? There's a lot of things that you could be doing that you're not doing, that you need to perfect in the foundation in order for the rest to be sturdy. And then mass overdrive, the second step. So that's when you implement, the knowledge that you just gained from perfecting the foundation, and you actually implement it. So this is going to be the things that really boost, your mass. This is just the formula that's just going to boost your mass, boost your test, boost your ability to shred fat while gaining all this mass, because you're going to gain 20 pounds of basically pure muscle. There's going to be some fat, but that's the whole point of doing what we do, so you can gain lean muscle and not just pack on fat. You want to keep your abs, but you also want to just pack on straight muscle. That's what we're going to be doing. You want to avoid, a big thing, yeah, avoiding the health destroyers that will allow you to take your body to the next level. There's so many things. Shower filters, touching receipts, eating bad foods, your mindset. All of these things are just destroying your health. Like, especially the mindset stuff is just silently killing your health. In your energy. If you don't have the right energy, you're not going to be able to do all this stuff. And all of that comes with testosterone. It's all a giant circle. The food that you eat and the training helps with your testosterone. The testosterone and your confidence and all of that helps you to repeat and do the same thing over and over, which builds your test. The discipline's going to help you eat your meal, which is going to boost your test, help you sleep better. It's all a circle, and it's going to keep compounding and compounding until you're gaining 20 pounds of muscle in 90 days. And I promise you, that's how it's going to work. There's no way it won't work for you, because my genetics were terrible and it still worked. So why would it not work for you? And then last, peak performance. So this is just making sure we perfect everything, all the nitty gritty stuff to add on top. The consistency, making sure you're doing it every day, just so that you're getting the best results, and you're also making it, so where you can do it for a long time and stick on the schedule, because you don't want to just do it for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then give up. You want to make sure you're doing this for the rest of your life, so that you can really become, alpha and have just super high confidence and get your body to the next level and have high tests and really just dominate life. That's what this is about. Oh, and get girls. Everybody wants to get girls. Yeah, you're going to get more girls doing this for sure. Take it firsthand from me. Now, here's where I kind of break down everything. I'm going to show you each exact stage in depth on how I was able to pack on mass and how you're going to do the same and get jacked naturally. No testosterone boosters, no none of that. This is all natural, baby. So yeah, perfecting a foundation. This is stage 1. So stage 1, we're going to really optimize your nutrition. So all processed foods got to go. All of them. And not just the fast food. I'm talking everything in your house that has seed oils. I'm cutting all that out. You got to get rid of all of that, because that is going to inflame your body. The inflammation in the processed foods, the linoleic acid and the seed oils, the bleach and the chemicals and the additives and the preservatives that they put in this are all lowering your test. The more of those, the lower your test. So make sure you're getting rid of all of those. A lot of stuff that you're eating you don't even realize is bad. Check the ingredients and get rid of that shit right now. Processed foods, number 1 thing to go. Get rid of them. Easy. First step. That's the most important one. Next, we're going to have you hitting protein goals targeted towards your body weight. So you're going to want to be getting 1.3 to 1.5 grams of protein for every pound of your body weight. So that means you're going to have to be eating a lot of animal-based products, a lot of beef, a lot of eggs, some avocados, a lot of raw milk or milk. I'm a fan of raw milk. If you can't get raw milk, get whole milk. You want to keep all the fats. Keep all the fats in all your animal-based products, because that's where you get the cholesterol and the saturated fat, which is actually the backbone for testosterone. Dietary cholesterol gets converted directly into testosterone, which is produced when you sleep. So that's why you want to also be eating the eggs and the avocados right before you go to bed, to just boost your test, all the way while you sleep. Very important. So next, optimizing cholesterol and other micronutrients or testosterone production. Cholesterol is very important, as you can see here. We've got the eliminating processed foods, and we've got the steak, beef, eggs, milk, and fruit. That's going to be your animal-based diet that you're going to be on. Get used to it. You're going to love it. You're going to be eating a lot of that. The cholesterol. So yeah, cholesterol, dietary cholesterol, like I said, gets converted directly into testosterone when you eat it. So you want to be consuming a lot of cholesterol, and that comes in red meat in animal meats. So you're going to be eating a lot of beef, a lot of high fat beef. That cholesterol is so important, going to get you jacked. Fats are not bad for you despite what the media says. They keep you full for longer. They don't spike your glucose, so your body's able to burn fat for fuel instead of carbs. So you're actually shredding your fat, which is what your body prefers as its fuel compared to carbs. And then, like I said, the fat and the protein, these are the macros, and the carbs, the timing of the carbs. We're gonna perfect those all for your muscle explosion. Your muscles are gonna explode. Your muscle gains are gonna explode upwards, and your testosterone is also gonna just explode upwards. Same with your confidence. All of this stuff is all linked to your confidence. Whenever you have the discipline, because of whenever you eat the right foods, you gain the discipline to do the workouts and do the things that are going to get your test higher, get you better results, get you to look better. Then your confidence is going to be up. Then your discipline and your confidence are going to be up. You're going to keep doing it. You're going to keep doing it. And then you're going to be high test, high confidence, and your muscle mass is just going to explode up. That's how this all works. So yeah, as you can see in this fat distribution, so carbs, this is a little off. You don't want this many carbs. You want 40% protein and around 40% fat, or 50% protein, 20% or 30% fat, and then about 15 to 20% carbs. And like I said, the carbs are going to be timed around pre-workout and post-workout to maximize recovery, reducing blood sugar spikes so that your body is using fat as fuel, which is its preferred fuel source, so that you can burn your fat, not burn the carbs, which is going to make you lower energy and not get you as jacked and shredded as you want to be. And it's also going to help you pack on mass because, you have higher energy, you're able to eat more, your appetite's higher. So yeah. So we're going to construct for you a plan to work out 5 to 6 times every single week. I found that to be the most optimal amount of times to work out per week. Low volume, heavy training, so heavy compound movements like squats. It kind of replicates or mimics what our ancestors used to do when they would run from a predator or they would get in a fight. And, it's that short burst of heavy intensity lifting or workout that really pumps up those hormones, pumps your testosterone. So you want to be making sure you're getting in some very low volume, very heavy, high intensity lifts to boost your test and your hormones. While also most of the time you're going to be doing high volume pump training, so hypertrophy training, which means you're doing high reps of a low weight, which is really going to pump the blood in your muscles and really just break them up. And it's going to get you the best pump, but also the best gains. It's not necessarily going to make you as strong as it would doing low volume heavy training, but it's the best in terms of aesthetics and getting your confidence up. The high volume training, but you also want to make sure you're doing some low volume heavy compound movements like squats to really jack up the testosterone and hormones at the same time. But you're going to mostly be doing high volume pump training to really explode the muscles, break them up, and then we'll get the recovery going to really optimize the muscle growth. So yes, while you're doing this, you want to optimize your sets to failure. So that means not every set is going to be till failure. You want to optimize this, like we said. That means the first 2 out of 3 reps, the first 2 out of 3 sets, if you're doing 3 sets, the first 2 need to be till failure. That will leave you with some energy in the tank to finish out the rest of your workout and that body part. But training sets till failure is always going to be optimal in terms of the pump and muscle growth and muscle explosion. So you want to make sure if you're not doing sets till failure, you are doing yourself a disservice. You're not doing the intensity of the workout that you need to be doing for max results. You're not pushing yourself. You're not going to see the results if you're not training till failure. It's the same for both the low volume and high volume. If you never fail a rep, you are failing yourself. So I always say that. Yeah, optimizing intensity. So it kind of goes along with sets till failure. You should be having very intense sets on the first 2 out of 3 sets, or if you're doing 4 sets, the first 3 out of 4 sets. You want to leave a little bit of room on that last set for the energy, for the rest of the body part you're hitting. But generally, most of your sets are going to be till failure unless it's a warm-up set. That's just really going to push your muscles and just explode your growth to the max level. Now we're heading into mass overdrive. This is where you get to actually implement stuff and really just take your results to the next level. So, biohacking your body. This is a term that means doing everything you can basically to hack your body into getting what you want out of it, getting the muscle growth, getting the testosterone that you want. You're hacking your body, you're hacking what you do, your routine, to see exactly the results you want to get. This is the main thing that took me years to learn, and this is the most important thing, hacking your body to 100% get the results that you're looking for. So hypertrophy training, big one, hypertrophy training. That is what that means, is that you're manipulating the intensity, you're going till failure, you're doing high reps of a low volume weight, which is going to burn out your muscles, really break them up, and that's going to boost your test and just completely make you sore, and just the muscle growth is going to be insane when you do that. That's what you need to be doing every single time you work out. Every single time. If you want to see the best gains, put on the most weight. Hypertrophy training, high volume, low weight. Do as many as you can till failure. That's all it is. Perfecting sleep. So yeah, sleep, diet, big two things right there. Diet is probably number one, but sleep's right up there. Sleep is when your testosterone is made for the day. Sleep is when you recover, when your energy replenishes. If you're not getting 8 hours of sleep minimum, you are not going to be able to do everything in this plan. You're not going to be able to eat the food you want. You're not going to be able to go to the gym. You're not going to be able to make gains. You're not going to be able to see progress. Perfecting sleep is very crucial. If you can't perfect sleep, it's because you're going to have low energy. And you can't have low energy whenever you're trying to do this and see results. But the good thing is, once you do perfect it, like I said, it's a cycle. You perfect the sleep, you have energy for the next day to hit the lift. You hit the lift, then you need to hit the post-workout meal, so then you hit that. Then you see the gains, and then you see the results, and you're like, dang, I want to do this again. And it resets and recycles over and over until you literally just have to see results. You're going to see results. Boosting testosterone, boosting nutrients. So the main one is vitamin D. A big thing for this is getting out in the sun. This is a lot of information, good information for you guys. You need to be out in the sun in the morning. Get some sun in your eyes. When you wake up out of bed, go outside, look at the sun. Don't stare into it and lose your vision. But you want to be doing this when you wake up. Get some sun on your skin. Take your shirt off. Get 30 minutes to 45 minutes of sun exposure, vitamin D every single day. The more, honestly, the better. Just don't, obviously don't put all this sunscreen bullshit on your skin when you're doing that. No sunscreen. I'd rather you get burned than put on sunscreen, but honestly, you don't need to get burned. Just only go out for like 20 to 30 minutes. But yeah, vitamin D, crucial for testosterone. It's a pro-hormone. This has been studied by doctors. That's the truth. It's been studied by doctors. It has scientific backing. You need vitamin D. If you're not getting that and you're deficient in vitamin D, your testosterone is going to be low and it's going to tank. So B vitamins, you need to be getting that mostly from beef and red meat. Very good for the brain and brain function. Also for testosterone. So Nick, you're going to be getting a lot of B vitamins if you do the animal-based diet. So you don't have to worry about supplementing. Magnesium, you don't have to worry about supplementing that either, because you're going to get that from things like avocados and some other stuff you're going to eat. So yeah, just making sure you're getting all of those in order to really fine-tune your testosterone and getting those things. Another thing is hacking your androgen receptors and being at a healthy body fat level. So you want to be at a healthy body fat level because that's just going to trick your androgen receptors to think you're in abundance. When you're in abundance, your body's going to be burning fat for fuel, and your body is going to you're going to get less brain fog because your body's going to say, we're doing good. If you're at a low body fat level, your body's going to say, we're doing good, we're in abundance. Let's jack up his testosterone. And yeah, you need to be doing that. Try and get to a healthy body fat level, and we're going to do that. And that's all, like I said, going to compound, because once you get to a healthy body fat level, your testosterone jacks up, you hit more workouts, you get more muscle, get more confidence, you do it all over, you see the results, it compounds, and you get fucking jacked. So avoiding the estrogens and poisons. Um, so changing your water intake to cleaner sources with less estrogen, heavy metals, and other contaminants. So just a water filter, simple fix for that. You're gonna replace skincare products and health products with natural alternatives. So beef tallow on your face. No soap. I don't want any soap. I don't care if it's Dove, if it's Axe, whatever brand. I don't care. Old Spice. Don't put it on your face. Your skin is your largest organ. It's gonna absorb anything you put on it, including sunscreen. Don't put any of that on your skin. Don't put the soap on your skin. Don't put the sunscreen on your skin. Hell, don't even put the bad deodorant on your armpits because your skin's just gonna absorb it up. You're gonna get acne. It's gonna ruin your hormones. Don't do it. And then avoiding everyday encounters with estrogens. This could be things like touching receipts, not cooking your food in plastic in the microwave. You don't want to be doing that because all of the estrogens and phytoestrogens and stuff like that are going to leach into your food. Don't cook on Teflon pans or nonstick pans, sprayed in plastic coating. All of those estrogens are going to get on your food and leach into you via your skin or via if you eat it. Like, it's going to get in and mess up your hormones, mess up your testosterone. Why would you ever want that? If you keep doing that and you don't recognize that and see that, nothing's going to happen. You're not going to see results. I mean, you can still see results, but this is definitely something you want to optimize to see max results. And avoiding your beta mindset. Like, this is a poison. Your mindset can be a poison if you have the wrong mindset. The mindset of, there's a lot of things I could say here, but not having the it's not about more discipline, not having the discipline, not thinking that you can achieve, not starting now, not getting the right information from people like me who have gone through it and are literally giving you proof that it works and just giving you all the information you could ever need about this stuff. You have a beta mindset if you are not willing to listen to people and learn, people like myself, and be taught this stuff so that you can really take your physique to the next level. And another thing with being like a beta is your confidence is low. We want to get you out of this beta mindset. We want to get you transformed to where you have high confidence and testosterone through the roof. That's what this program is going to do for you. And so your beta mindset is going to be completely destroyed. I want to make sure that's like number one priority. Get rid of your freaking beta mindset. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's a poison to you. Avoid that. If you can, recognize it. So, I have a couple pictures here. As you can see, beta mindset. This is when I was, cooking in plastic, like putting soap and stuff all over my skin. You can't really tell, but I had acne. I didn't have a shower filter. I was just spraying my face in chemicals and putting sunscreen on and soap and just letting it leach into my skin for both of these. And as you can tell, look at me. I have no confidence. You can just tell by how I'm sitting there, like no confidence whatsoever. I wanted to just cover up my belly. Like, I don't want to even, it doesn't look like I even want to be there. I don't want this picture taken right now. Like, I look so low confidence. And then me at the top, I'm giving a little flex, but I got nothing. I got no meat on my bones. I look like a newborn baby right there. Like, no mass, nothing going for me. I mean, like, beta mindset on all of these pictures. So, that's very important. Peak performance. This is the last stage. So, this is where we get to just optimizing everything, perfecting everything for you, tailoring in everything exactly for you, and fine-tuning your body to make sure you're achieving peak muscle growth and testosterone. This is the last kind of the piece of the pie where we're just perfecting everything, getting into the nitty-gritty, perfecting every little thing, and making sure you're consistent on it every day. So, like, things like higher intensity and explosive exercises, like, that could be sprinting, that could be, like I mentioned earlier, the low frequency, low rep, low volume, high weight squats, compound movements, and sprints are really going to take your test to the next level. If you can incorporate those, you need to incorporate those. We're going to focus on recovery strategies. That's a big part. We're probably going to focus on that, honestly, in step 2 and the whole time, because you need to be recovering your muscles to get max growth, and recovery is sleep too. So sleep is also in that. So recovery is very underrated, going to be talked about a lot. Recovery, so the timing of your post-workout carbs. You need to be consuming carbs post-workout to spike your glucose so that your muscles that have just been worked out can intake this protein. So you want to be eating your carbs 20 to 30 minutes before your first post-workout meal after the gym, so that your blood sugar raises and your muscles can intake all of this protein and initiate muscle protein synthesis and just completely explode your muscle growth up. So we're going to focus on those recovery strategies. And stress management is a big one, because as your stress goes like this, testosterone goes like this. It's an inverse correlation. So we're going to implement things like meditation, winding down for the night, getting rid of blue light, things that are going to reduce your stress, getting rid of negative people in your life that you don't need. There's a lot of things you can do to reduce your stress. That's one thing you need to be doing. And we're going to fine tune, your diet and lifestyle habits to maintain, keyword maintain, so that we can keep this going. The longevity, we need to make sure that's there, and optimize muscle growth. So we need to fine tune that, making sure you're doing that every day. Like I said, the goal is longevity and consistency. If you can do that for the rest of your life, you will have high confidence and high energy, I promise you. And you will look good and pack on mass. You won't be skinny, or you won't be fat. You'll be high test. You'll have high energy. You will have girls. You'll have high confidence in yourself and in your business. Whatever you do in life, it starts with your health. So you want to make sure that you're consistent and that you do this in the long term and not just the short term. So, yes, the Schmacky formula is designed to maximize muscle growth and pack on mass. So your confidence, energy, and test will all be through the roof. This is guaranteed to work for you. If it worked for me and my bad genetics, it is guaranteed to work for you, and you will see results. Now that you understand exactly what I've laid out and exactly what I did to take my physique to the next level and gain confidence and erase my insecurity, I have an offer for you. So if you're low confidence, you're low energy, and you're tired of not having the physique you want, it's affecting you mentally and physically to where you're not confident and you want to get girls and you can't. I mean, look at me up here, low test, no energy, no girls, no muscle mass, insecurity. You can see it in my face, acne, all of that. If you're ready to not have that and get rid of that insecurity, and you're ready to look amazing with your shirt off in public, summer is coming up. You want to look good with your shirt off, no matter where you are, who you are. Everyone wants to look good with their shirt off. If you want to make insane progress to not only your body, but also your mind, because I'm going to share a lot of mindset shifts and mindset coaching that is really going to take your physique and your life to the next level, like it did mine. So many things that people aren't, strategies that I can share with you that I can't get into on this video because there's so many. And if you're prepared to become the ultimate version of yourself and look like this guy and have the confidence like I did and just completely erase your insecurity and change your life, and you're ready to pack on 20 pounds of muscle, erase your insecurity, get jacked and shredded, all while boosting your testosterone and your energy and your confidence through the freaking roof, this program is for you. So if you want to book a call with me and get me to help you, and we can work something out and just make sure your results are amazing, you will not be disappointed. If you want that, then book with me and contact me, and we will get something going for you. You will not regret it. This is the most important step you could ever take in your life, getting your health up, because it all starts with your health. Once your health is up, your confidence is up, your test is up, boom, your business is up because you're more confident. You can talk to people, not just girls. Yes, more girls, but also business opportunities, giving presentations for people. All of this is going to go up because you're more confident in your own skin, and you're so confident and you look good that you just feel like you can just dominate life, and your test is so high. You have so much energy to just completely dominate life. Then this is for you, and you will not be disappointed. So go book a call with me right now. See you on the other side.